Welcome back, grade 11s. Now let's look at our first concept for the lesson that we are going to unpack. Factors that must be considered when initiating a business. We have a strategy. A strategy is a plan of action that must be carried out by an entrepreneur. So obviously, if you are an entrepreneur, you need to have a strategy. Strategize on how you are going to overcome competition. Strategize on how you are going to attract customers to come and buy in your business. Have a strategy on how you are going to retain the employees from not leaving you and joining other businesses. So you need to have a plan of action that will be carried out. Systems and processes should be in place for the business to achieve its goals. So we need to have systems. When you want to initiate a business, you need to have systems and processes in place. When we talk of systems and processes in place, we are referring to you need to have staff that is going to perform duties that are going to be productive in your business. You need to have the equipment that is going to assist the staff in order for them to be efficient. So you need to have funding that is going to assist you to be able to buy those raw materials, have suppliers that are going to supply you with the raw materials so that you can be able to integrate the systems and processes in order for your business to be successfully at the end of the day. Then we have operations as an aspect to consider before initiating a business. Businesses must implement the activities that are outlined in the action plan. So as a business, you need to make sure that you implement exactly the activities that you have outlined in your action plan so that you will not move away from everything that you have specified in the action plan that this is what you want to achieve. So you need to make sure that you implement everything that is outlined on the action plan. Operations need to be implemented. Staff must be employed and trained. So we need to make sure that the staff is employed. After employing the staff, you need to make sure that they have the necessary training in order for them to be able to be productive in the positions that you have appointed them. They have to be trained so that they can keep up with fast-changing technologies. They have to be trained so that they can be competitive with other employees of other enterprises. Another aspect to consider is the size of the business. Before you initiate a business, you need to bear in mind the size of the business. The bigger the business, the more difficult to manage. Consider the fact that if your business is small, then it will be easier for you to manage employees, manage quality of the products, manage systems and processes. But as soon as your business becomes bigger, then it becomes difficult for you as an entrepreneur to monitor every processes and systems in the workplace because of the size of the business, which is big, of which it can also impact on the quality of services that are being offered by the business. It is difficult to keep control of the quality of each employee's work and productivity levels. So if the business is big, it becomes difficult for you as an entrepreneur to keep up with monitoring employees' quality of performance in terms of being productive or in terms of doing their job. It also becomes difficult for you to monitor the production levels because of the size of the business. So that's another factor that you need to consider before initiating a business. Another aspect to consider is productivity. Productivity is the effectiveness of production in terms of the rate of output per unit of input. So you need to consider how many input, how much are the input, how much is the cost of the raw materials, and then also check the end product, the final product after they have produced, if whether are you using more input and producing less output. So you need to consider all those things before you initiate your business, because it will be a wasteful expenditure if you were to buy raw materials at a high price and also produce less end products or final products. Businesses must ensure that there is a high rate of productivity in all aspects of its operations. So as a business, you need to also consider the fact that you must ensure that there's a high rate of productivity in all aspects of operations, because you do not want to run a business whereby there are low productivity and customers are demanding the product and yet they cannot find the product. Because if they cannot find the product due to low productivity levels in the business, then it would simply push your customers to competitors to go and buy from competitors. So you need to enable that productivity is always at a high rate. Then another aspect is market research. Businesses should conduct ongoing market research to identify profitable markets for their products. So as a business, before you start a business, before you initiate a business, you need to consider market research. Market research, it's not only a once-off thing, but it's an ongoing process, because you would want to see where is your product being bought a lot. You would want to see the markets that are profitable for your business. So you can only see that through ongoing market research, searching for customers who like your product, searching for prospective customers who might like your product. Many businesses benefit from conducting market research in local and familiar markets. So you need to consider the fact that many businesses, they do benefit from conducting market research locally and also in familiar markets. So you need to make sure that you do a market research so that you are able to see if whether your product is still satisfying the customers, or customers would want you to modify your product in order to meet their changing needs. Before we continue to the next concept, let us just go for a breather and we will be back soon.